What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Friday Night SmackDown review. I would say the go-home show before Survivor Series this Sunday. So, what do we got going on SmackDown tonight before we get to this Sunday? But before I actually do begin, talking about SmackDown, obviously everybody has heard about the recent releases in under the past 24 hours. I probably would have done a separate video for it, but I've been busy all day, so I guess I just waited till the SmackDown review happens. So, other than that, SmackDown being from, Hartford, Connecticut tonight, let me just say a couple things about the releases of who was released. So, let me just go about this, because didn't they just get rid of some people like, 2-3 weeks ago, and now we got another set, more main roster this time, though. So, let's kind of start off real quick. Hit Row. The rest of Hit Row, basically, the whole squad, gone. So, you got rid of B-Fab first, and now you got rid of the whole squad now. Why? I don't know. Some would say because Hit Row ran their mouth on the internet a lot. Some would say it would be due to the Top Dollar diss he did on Gender, which I saw it, and people moan and bitched and complain about it. Obviously, these people never listened to rap music before because it's racist, it's insecure, it's too insensitive, blah, blah, blah. Go fuck yourselves, okay? And, this is a work, by the way, too. So, I know they did the whole Gender, making fun of, like, hip-hop, rap culture. And, Top Dollar did have a point, though, talk about cultural appropriation and whatnot. Like, where's the outrage there then? Like, getting mad at me, but you don't get mad at them. And then, again, this was a work at the same time, too. So, what are people really getting mad at, okay? He said some bars, and that was it. That wasn't even really that bad. I just think people are just moaning and bitching and have nothing really better else to do, okay? So, that's usually the thing nowadays, just easily offended. That's what everyone is now, but, yeah, people complain about Top Dollar. That's just a bunch of bullshit, and, it's dumb. I don't think Hit Row really should have been on the main roster anyways. Swerve, I thought he would have been okay on his own if he was just on the main roster by himself. But, like I said, you think the whole squad would be still around. I think Swerve will be okay either way. I think he'll find some other place to go and stuff. But I don't think, I just don't think the whole Hit Row squad should even been brought up to the main roster anyways to begin with. All right? And stuff. I don't know where the others will go. I know Top Dollar may not be in AEW, just the whole little sneaker thing with Young Bucks, if anybody remembers that, not that long ago, so that may still be a thing there, but yeah, Hit Row, surprisingly, I just didn't really understand that. Like I said, they just got there, then you got rid of one, now you got rid of all, so all of them are gone now. John Morrison, my neighbor told me about John Morrison will probably be gone because I don't know what else they were really doing with him, especially after Miz went to do Dancing with the Stars and other stuff. Obviously, they couldn't have done anything with John Morrison. Most times, just when he just sailed on to the Miz, or they had nothing for him, and he was just going around meditating and calling himself Johnny Drip Drip. And kind of crazy, they just, fired his wife like 2-3 weeks ago, also Taya, so... I like John Morrison. It feels like the second time around he's been fired. I think he'll be okay. I'm sure everybody's saying, will he be in AEW? Will he be Johnny Elite? I'm sure people will say that next also. So, Morrison, like I said, I like him. Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, whatever you want to call John Morrison and whatnot. So, I think he'll be okay. Him and Taya will end up somewhere. But still, kind of crazy. They fired his wife like 3 weeks ago, and now they fired him. Tegan Knox. I know Tegan Knox had injuries here and there, and then she was just brought up with Shotzi. But did she get drafted to Raw, and then nothing happened? Nothing ever happened. So I don't even know. In a way, you really shouldn't be surprised by some of these releases at the same time too. Who else is on the list? Shane Thorne, man. They got rid of my boy Slapjack. Slapjack is gone. And, the last time I saw him, I know someone posted online. I think it was a dark match. The guy comes out dressed as the Crocodile Hunter for some reason. So, yeah, I don't know where it was going for Shane Thorne at this point. I don't know, but it's not like Slapjack helped him all the way, too. So... I don't know. So TM61, I think he'll be okay. So we'll see what happens with with Shane Thorne. Also, Drake Maverick, second time this guy has been fired. Rockstar Spud, and I like Spud, and I think people should go look at his video on Twitter. He posted right after his release. Okay, basically not the same video from last time, but you know, last time when he got quote unquote fired, I really believe that whole thing was a work last time. Given that yes, emotional the video is from about over a year ago of all those releases. I always thought it was kind of strange once he said that, okay, they released me, but they're still gonna let me wrestle on the show in this tournament. And then I kind of figured he was gonna end up getting a contract anyways and still keep his job. So I think his whole firing was a work, honestly, from before. This time it's legit, but still, this is quote unquote the second time this guy's been fired. I think Spud will be okay. Somebody ought to pick this guy up. Spud's really good. I like him. So he's good, but still, why second time around? I don't know. But go check out his video though. Jaxson Ryker, I'm almost kind of surprised he's still here in some sort of way. Now, apparently he may have been fired because, the whole anti-vax thing, and I heard they're trying to crack down on people about that. Him being the last Forgotten Son member. I liked the guy better as Gunner before, but, we know the guy has run his mouth on the internet several times for a minute now, which honestly drove the locker room not to even fuck with him or the Forgotten Sons, which I felt bad for the Forgotten Sons because they ended up kind of getting fired first, and he was still there. Like I said, Steve Maclin, he's killing it right now in Impact. Like I said, where was this guy hiding at than what he was doing on WWE? But like I said, Maclin, like, at least I could say he's going out well for him right now, but still, like, come on, like, he did cause for the Gunner there. Ryker, he calls for the Forgotten Sons push to really be halted due to that whole thing. So that did not really help with him for Ryker. I don't know where he'll end up next. I have no idea for Ryker. Okay, I have honestly no idea or clue. Will he end up somewhere else? Most likely, but I'm almost surprised he was still here in WWE that long. And wasn't he like walking around with a strap or something, and then nothing really ever happened with that. So yeah, he got released. So I just want to say something about the releases before we move on to the SmackDown review itself. Just some quick thoughts on it. So yeah, those are the following people that have been released. Let's more people I don't know about, then please bring them up to me, okay? But we do kick off the show for SmackDown. With the Usos in the ring. They start, they got the throne and the scepter and the clothes. Talk about what they did to Big E last Monday. Introducing Roman Reigns. And he's the Tribal King, as Paul Heyman calls him. And since he's the Tribal King, he's able to smash Big E at Survivor Series. But he stopped Heyman saying, whose idea was this? Which the Usos kind of start pointing at each other. And then Heyman in. And then he says, I don't need all this. Y'all really think I need this? It's some type of joke? Okay. I put work in here and basically told Harper to acknowledge them, which they did. And they said, the only reason why I took that crown last week because I can, okay? But Woods came out then saying, all that stuff belongs to me. And basically challenged Reigns to face one-on-one, without any sidekicks tonight. And show who the real king is made of. But Reigns saying, like, y'all really care about this stuff then. Basically, yeah, the Usos start destroying it, wiping their nose on it. From the scepter, the throne, to the cloak and all that. But, even, Woods said clothes don't make the man. But Reigns basically then took up the crown then. We wanted King of the Ring. Which Woods started to get a little bit worried then. Jay was going to break it, but Reigns stopped him. And he said, you sure you don't care about this thing? This don't mean nothing to you? You want anything to do with this? Which Reigns, like he's about to step down on it, but Woods came out and tried to stop him. Usos ended up taking him down and holding him up then, making him stare at Reigns as he stomped on the crown, which looked like it was made of plastic, by the way, too. So I thought it would be made out of metal, but more plastic out there. Reigns destroyed it. So yeah, basically I'm the king around here. I'm the only king around here. I don't need props to be a king. I guess due to the whole, 9 yards could hello henceforth, bow to the king, bow out to the queen and whatnot. Have to be royalty. I just got the title. That's already makes him king. So, yeah, they beat the hell out of Woods. As Woods says, the Roman Empire didn't fall in a night, but he said he's going to accept this challenge tonight. He knows that. But next up, we had a fatal 4-way to see who would be the final person in the Survivor Series men's tag match. Sheamus, Ricochet, Jinder Mahal, and Cesaro. Good match, though. I will say this crowd was very hot tonight, too, throughout the whole night. But Sheamus ended up getting the win thanks to Rich Holland coming out, distracting Cesaro. Sheamus hit the bro kick and won. I guess he's Holland being his biggest supporter for some reason now, saying, like, I wasn't doing nothing, man. Wasn't USW fighting bums on a lot and stuff. And Sheamus is proud, and he said they're going to go buy a pint. So will this be a team, or will it be some crazy stalk thing? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jeff Hardy was in the back until the Hyenas showed up. Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. I'm getting sick of this whole thing. As they try to call Jeff a redneck. Adam Pearce basically came in and said, all right, y'all need to start acting like a team if you want SmackDown to win. Which is kind of weird coming from Adam Pearce because it has for the past few weeks on Raw. He's been saying, like, we need Raw to win. We don't need Raw embarrassing themselves like SmackDown did. So, basically, Pearce contradicted himself. Like, you want to say one thing Raw wins, now you want SmackDown to win all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on with that, but very strange to do that. Yeah, basically not Jeff Hardy, but Pearce made the match for later on. What else is going on here? I'm trying to remember. Aaliyah and Naomi went against Shayna Baszler and Natalya. Not much of a match, I'm sure. Baszler used a heel referee or something to, stop it and whatnot. Aaliyah, at least she didn't throw up this time out there. I know it was after the match, but it was still on the nerves and stuff. Obviously, no one out there in the ring. Judgment's replacing the Survivor Series tournament anyway. So, we got Toni Storm in there, so we'll see where that goes. But still, not a bad team, though. Next, I know they had Sami Zayn still pissed about not being in the tournament and winning his, not tournament, but the team and winning his documentary out there. But Sonya Deville brought up that, Sunday is the 25th anniversary of The Rock's debut, which honestly, The Rock may show up then, and tells Sami Zayn, you got to fight through 24 other guys, and you could be associated with the ref and, with The Rock and everybody if you win this Battle Royale. So, that was going to happen. Jeff Hardy went against Madcap Moss. I know Drew McIntyre was out there watching his back. I don't have much to say about this other than Moss and Corbin are just laughing hyenas at this point. Jeff got the win with the roll-up. Then it was a bro kick and then a swan time. So, yeah, Jeff and McIntyre celebrated after that. So, boom, there you go. Shinsuke Nakamura went against Garza. Just a non-title match, so at least better than Nakamura getting pinned last week. You went with the Kinshasa, but obviously they're not done with Boogs and Nakamura yet. We'll see where this goes. Sonya Deville talking about Shotzi Blackheart and Sasha Banks, saying, like, listen, I know y'all got beef, but y'all need to be ready for the team and whatnot. So, one-on-one, but after that, y'all shake hands. Obviously, this is the best match of the night between both Sasha and Shotzi. Some would say the wrong person won, given that, telling Shotzi Blackheart just lost to a one-arm injured woman she just faced. So, yes, and Sasha still got the win. But still, a very good match, though, at the same time. But right after Sonya Deville came out and watched in, and Sasha did shake her hand, but then she ended up, hitting her with a backstabber, leaving her in the ring then after that, as Deville looked pissed off. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. They had a Xia Li video package and a very comic book style package, I must add, to this, which was very interesting, as she talked about her dad and how he was once to protect her until he unfortunately died and whatnot. And she talked about the landlord was like a bloodhound and threw her family's stuff out into the street, and that she had to do something and protect, be protected as once her dad did, just to protect her family. As she talked about beating up the landlord and that she's now to protect her. So, very cool looking video package for, Xia Li. I'm kind of interested to see where that's going to lead to. Toni Storm talked about being on the Survivor Series team, but saying she's coming after Charlotte and for that title. Charlotte said, once I'm done with Becky, I'll make sure I get you next. So, we'll see what happens from that point in time. But, in the end, no, Roman Reigns said he wasn't going to need the Usos' help, basically trying to stay in the back. Woods came out there and saying, like, let's see what kind of man you are, man. You want to accept this challenge? I almost beat you before, so prove me wrong. Reigns came out there with Heyman. Heyman tried to signal for the Usos to come out, but the Usos were not there. Next, the Usos are on the ground. Big E showed up then, and whatnot, basically brawling Reigns as they got him into the ring. Him and Woods start stomping on him then. Usos tried to save Reigns, but Big E and Woods ended up taking him out. Even Woods doing a dive on him. Reigns to the Superman punch on the Big E, but Big E caught him, almost going to go for the big ending. Reigns to get out of dodge then, as Big E held up his title ready for Survivor Series this Sunday. So at least, we got to see Big E before Survivor Series, and Woods still trying to, go against, Woods still trying to go against Reigns and whatnot. So, yeah. Still hyping that match up. Other than that, though, that's my review of SmackDown. Not bad, though. Also, check out, like I said, the video, the releases at the beginning of this video, too. I will say it really hasn't been much hype for SmackDown when it comes to this whole Raw versus SmackDown thing. No invasions. Not like anybody showed up on anybody's show. It's like, hey, here's the teams. Who's going to be face each other? You know, so-called brand loyalty and whatnot. So, it's not like it's been going for weeks. So, yeah, the build has been kind of weak when you look at it. It's like, it's Survivor Series or it's Survivor Series. So, it's not really much they can do much, I guess. I don't know, but I didn't really see nothing built that much or anybody on any teams or whatever thing and whatnot. Got generic. But yeah. Not not yeah, what can I say? Like, they didn't really talk about any teams or anything. So there you go. But other than that, SmackDown was SmackDown, not bad. I'll say that. Depending on how you want to look at it. But yeah, Survivor Series, this is Sunday. We'll have a co-host to review this show. I don't know. We're working on that right now. So we'll see how we do this review of Survivor Series coming up this Sunday, okay? But other than that, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. See you guys then. Peace. And yeah, that's basically it for SmackDown tonight. Unless I'm forgetting something. I don't know. But yeah, I think I've already done everything I can cover for this show. So other than that, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.